When a country braces for a tropical storm, it prepares itself. Citizens are alerted, evacuations begin, freeways, streets, parks, and schools are shut, and crops are proactively safeguarded. But North Korea, being North Korea, has a different kind of preparation. Storm Khanun is looming large over the country, bringing heavy rain and strong winds.
The wind here in Chongjin is getting stronger with heavy rain pouring affected by the 6th typhoon.
Looks like a ferocious storm. But Pyongyang has other preparation priorities. Protecting the propaganda portraits of the Kim dynasty. North Koreans have been told to do everything possible to safeguard statues, portraits, mosaics, and murals of the Kim dynasty. That includes anything remotely connected to current leader Kim Jong-un, his father Kim Jong-il, and his grandfather, also North Korea's founder, Kim Il-sung. State newspapers say this must be the people's foremost focus. How bizarre. Saving lives comes second, but protecting pictures of a dictator holds more importance. And this is perplexing. North Korea is already impoverished, its infrastructure is weak, and deforestation is rampant. So the country is more vulnerable to flooding. Natural disasters this year have devastated the country. But ironically, Pyongyang has taken a page out of social media influencers' books. It cares a lot about its image, technically the image of its ruling Kim dynasty. They're sensitive about it. Portraits of their leaders are everywhere. They adorn every home and every office. People can face execution for damaging them even by accident. And as odd as it is that protecting propaganda pictures is a priority, it's simply a gentle reminder that come hell or high water, even if literally, the regime will continue to enforce its legitimacy. The alleged alien attacks began in July this year. An isolated indigenous community in rural Peru claims so. Villagers say they were being harassed by strange beings, who even tried to kidnap a 15-year-old girl from the village. Locals say they saw armored aliens that looked like the Green Goblin. You know, one of the arch-enemies of the superhero Spider-Man? These so-called aliens have long heads with yellowish eyes and they surf the wind, with the help of their shoes. They rise up, then float at a height of about a meter. One of the villagers even shot what he called an alien, but the being didn't fall. It elevated further, then disappeared. Sounds shady, but just as curious, especially because of the timing. This comes just weeks after the US congressional hearings about UFOs. So obviously, the matter blew up. It fed into the global conversation on extraterrestrial life visiting Earth. Believers analyzed every bit of the grainy videos. Skeptics slammed them for, believing that aliens haunt Peru. After all, the alien quota is limited to America, at least according to Hollywood. Eventually, the news spread like wildfire, and it was time for authorities to get involved. The Peruvian Navy and police traveled to the village and began investigations, after which they concluded that the perpetrators weren't aliens, but members of illegal gold mining gangs who traveled from Colombia and Brazil. They used advanced flying technology like thrusters that allow people to fly, and terrorized the Peruvian community. Sounds slightly anticlimactic, but the gangs must be given points for creativity. And thankfully, this wasn't the beginning of an alien invasion for Peru. Packages labeled as Valentine confectionery. When you hear that name, what do you think those packages are filled with? Chocolates? Candies? Let's cut to the chase. That's not what the packages contained. Let's give you a clue. What comes out after you eat said confectionaries? Don't be shy. You know what we're talking about. Poop. That's exactly what was in those packages. Veronica Gray, who identifies as a man, made 23 such stinky packages. He filled the packets with his feces and urine, but not to store them. He didn't have ambitions of curating a poop museum. It wasn't for art, it wasn't for scientific purposes either. No. He mailed them, yes, sent them by post, to Hollywood stars Leonardo DiCaprio and Jared Leto. He posted them from 4 different locations in Australia to various addresses in California. That's some serious dedication. Can you imagine Leo chilling on a yacht, receiving a nice little warm parcel, then opening it only to find smelly, gooey poo? Ugh, what a disaster. Certainly would have affected his image on the dating market. It's anyway a slippery slope with his 20-something prospects. Thankfully, he never got to, because Gray didn't get away with it. The bizarre contents of one of his packages was discovered. One of the packets burst during transit and leaked onto an Australian postal worker. Disgusting. Too bad for the worker who was just doing his job. But something good came out of it. Guess even crap comes with a silver lining. Because finally, Gray was taken to court. He explained why he did this. It was because the celebrities also share his passion for the environment, whatever that means. Gray admitted it was poor judgment. He was charged with 5 counts of using a postal service to menace, harass, or cause offense. A psychiatric report looked into the matter. It found that Gray has a mental impairment which affected his decision-making skills. Now, Gray has been given a penalty of a 2-year recognizance bond of $3,000. After poop was served, at least some justice followed. These are surely bizarre events. But this isn't the first time someone has mailed poop. Just last year, an Ohio man was arrested. His name is Richard Stein. At the ripe old age of 77, he sent some poop mail. Wait, not some. 3 dozen letters to be exact. He sent these letters laced with poop to Republican politicians. Among the lucky intended recipients was also Jim Jordan. The letters didn't just contain foul, but also foul language. Steinle had called lawmakers names like pigs, saying that they're racists. You know what they say about turning anger into art? This Ohio man just turned it into shit. Same thing? Probably not. But guess poo beauty also lies in the eyes of the beholder. Speaking of which, now sometimes people send actual poop. Other times they send poop, but internet style. You know, like sending pictures of feces. And some people find beauty and friendship in it. Like actor Chris Pratt, apparently. During an interview, he talked about it, saying that him and his friends send each other pictures of their poop. But wait, not every poop, just the worthy ones. Is that gross? Or just a mark of a strong friendship? To some, that's a bizarre friendship. To others, it's the strongest bond. What do you think? The jury is still out on that. But guess we can all agree that sending someone actual poop is for sure beyond bizarre.